See if it's working.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
We got Dave Pearson on here tonight. Bear with me. I don't do this live thing. I pay for this streaming thing and barely ever use it. But we brought Dave on tonight. He's got a race. Him, Poppy, and Bink going to be at US13 Dragway this Saturday, and we figured we'd jump on here and see what's going on with him and like what we can expect for the race. And so Dave, what classes are you guys running this weekend?
So we got a small tire, all motor, late model, and stick shift.
Mm-hmm.
We got 64 locked in for small tire, 32 in all motor, 32 in late model, and 32 in stick.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be decent payouts.
Yeah.
Not small tire. If all 64 show, it's 12,800.
Yeah.
And that's decent. Even the smaller classes like all motor, that's 3,200. Late models 3,200 and stick 1,600. So these, if everyone shows, we have a few coming just in case there's some no call, no shows, which it always happens no matter what. So we got some. We're trying to get the locals to be the ones to show up because we would hate to have, a full locked in. Yeah, for a full locked in field, but locals it's not as bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, how many cars did y'all have last time? I know it was a pretty big event.
Total racers, we had like 136 or 7, and this time we're looking at like 160.
Wow. Yeah.
So out of last race, we took our 4 biggest classes and ran with them this time just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's hard to do it all. I've been through it, but what are you all doing as far as like schedule and everything? Like when's the gates open? And
so gates open up at 8 a.m. Drivers meeting is at 10 a.m. So racers try to be there waiting on the gate for it to open. People can come in Friday if they got big campers and stuff like that. We can get them parked.
Oh, okay.
Get them. Yeah, if they're camping or they got big toter homes or something like that, we can get them in Friday night.
Yeah.
Me, Binkley, and Poppy will be there Friday night and probably midday Friday, setting up, getting everything ready.
Mm-hmm.
Drivers meetings at 10. So like I said, try to get there as soon as you can. Racing, we try to have everybody. Well, our largest class goes first, so small tire will be off the trailer first, and we try to have them in the staging lanes at 11:30. So by 11:30 noon, we're racing. We try to keep a tight schedule. So,
and you guys have like a curfew or anything like that normally,
or there is. They say 1 o'clock, but we can go over. It's kind of like a gentleman's handshake type thing. Like, hey, this is what they agreed upon, but hopefully, knock on wood, everything goes super smooth and we're out of there before curfew. You know what I mean? Last time we started at noon with 137 cars and finished at 10.
Yeah, the weather and stuff was great last time, and like I said, I've told you guys I was probably at almost close to 50 races last year, and it was one of the best. Like it was a lot of. I think being that it was set out off the the front of the starting line, it definitely made it a tuning game. And
and that's the thing. It's like this year it's going to be even trickier. You got to think. We started 130 to 150 foot out on the blacktop.
Yeah,
that track had been raced all season long.
Yeah.
Now to think, the last time on that track was us in November. Mm-hmm. So it's first round's going to be tricky. If people try to put them same tune-ups in it, I don't think it's working.
Yeah.
But hey, a lot of people test on dirt roads and shit roads we do. So a little bit of slickness. It's for the people on their A game, the people that actually travel and street racing stuff.
Yeah.
It'll still be tricky, but they know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're just gonna have to turn it down and go faster. So
exactly. Yeah. The second round probably get good, but first round I feel like it's gonna be tricky for everybody.
Yeah, and looks like you guys had a pretty good stacked list, definitely in small tire. You know, you got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good mix of cars. Looks like.
It's crazy. We always talk about like when we first started traveling, traveling heavy.
Hmm.
Uh, we're like, all right, there's say I was 64 cars, there's 50 ducks, and there's 14 gangsters.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now the list they're like, fuck, there's 40, people that are contenders to win the damn thing. So it's like you can't go in there like thinking that you're gonna just win the thing because everyone's got long travel,
yeah,
everyone's got traction control, everyone's got their
yeah,
tuner with them. It's
yeah. And
the
they're out there
the
testing. You know, these people are putting in work and that's
it's
what you got
crazy.
to do. You know, because you don't know how the surface might be better after second round. You might be able to put more power in it, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a tuning game for the track just because it's green, and the last time that anyone was on it was November. So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I see. That you all have a bounty on Lance, also. I guess too
yeah,
for
yeah,
our bounty.
someone put that on his head. So
Yeah,
we'll see. It'll be cool. See if Lance either gets the $100 or if someone else takes it throughout the out the shootout. Same
yeah,
thing with Mike Wilson with the ZL1. He's got a bounty on his head. So we'll
yeah,
see if he can keep it. And
yeah,
like I put $100 out for whoever does the biggest wheelie. Some people don't mean to do wheelies. Some people wheelie all the time. So just
yeah, yeah.
something to
Something
do.
different. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Something keep things interesting. So
yeah, yeah. I see a lot of people asking, like, can you tell us about the venue? Of course, it's US13 Dragway in Del Mar, Delaware, but it's kind of in your all's backyard. You might be able to tell us a little bit about what to expect as far as the track and
yeah,
stuff.
it's a family owned business. I want to say that it's on their 60th year
Mm,
ish, 60 to 65. It's they've been in the Cathell family for generations, and
mhm.
they have it now. Mark's running it, his son, Charlie's son, and they gave us the opportunity to race there, which was when we first started racing there. They knew that we were like street racers. None of us
Yeah,
were certified. No one had cages, and it's
yeah,
cool to see like it come full circle and then let us race there
yeah.
and hold no preps. You know what I mean? It was a big no for a long time, and then finally, I don't know if we convinced them or what, but we
Mhm.
made them believers. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know you
But
all have tried for a while to get something going, of course, in your own area. So
yeah, it's a mom and pop track. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like very bracket racery type ish. You know what I mean? Like uh don't don't tune to the track, tune for your suspension type thing. So it's like
yeah,
uh it gives you that very like down home backwoods like hometown feel. It's
hmm,
not like you're going to a stadium in front of a bunch of strangers. You feel like you're at home at that track, and that's
yeah,
you can literally go up and joke with anybody, like any of the staff, the owners. People were talking to the owner last time and didn't even know that they were
yeah,
talking to the owner. Like, holy shit, that was the owner. Like he's out there cutting it up, having a good time with everyone. And
yeah. I think he enjoyed himself too. You know, it was something new for him, but I think it's good. You know, especially for your all's area and the locals. There's a big scene down there. You know,
oh yeah,
it's
and that's like we kind of build the rules for that. Like, there's different tiers of no prep racing. Like we can't build a class, everyone gets flack for the rules, you know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
just a part of it, we get it. But like we can't say like, all right, tube chassis can be in, but then like everyone local that actually fills the fields would be left out. So we kind
yeah,
of got to bring that happy medium so it actually is a good show for the people that are spending the
yeah.
money to come watch. Like
Oh
the
yeah,
worst thing that you want to do is spend money and go there and watch either no racing or anybody that you know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
like kind of brings that, that home feeling to it where
yeah,
the whole tri-state or all of Del, can
yeah,
actually race and fit the rules. And we're not
yeah.
Xing anybody out of the classes or racing or anything like that.
It's
It's
hard to do all
Oh
that.
yeah, and it would, like we've talked about it before. You know what I mean? So it's like you let one car in that not necessarily people wouldn't want to race with,
Yeah.
But if you let one of them in, you might lose 30 cars.
Yeah.
But if you not necessarily, I'm saying that weird, like we're not Xing a certain person out, but you know what I mean? So like certain caliber of car, not person. So if you don't let a certain caliber of car in, you might lose 30 cars. But if you make rules that would kind of take out the chassis car and stuff like that, you gain 30 cars. So we're looking at the big picture. Like we want this thing to go on for, time after time after time until the no prep wave is ran out. You know what I mean? Like, because it comes and goes. People do, roll racing. People do, radial racing. It's, bracket, and they all have their times.
Yeah.
And who knows what's next? Hopefully it's this stuff, because it's honestly what we've done. We've always just done it on the street. You know what I mean? So it's
and then
cool.
the rules evolve and change. Like that's where I've seen everybody. A lot of people are just opening everything up, and it takes time to get there. Like you said, a lot of people, aren't used to that, and they might not show up because a certain, like all-wheel drive. Of course, everybody's like all-wheel drive and small tire. They're starting to let that in, some places,
and that's the thing. Like I talked with Binkley earlier today about it too, and me and Poppy's talked about it as well. Like, say, not necessarily, they bitch, sometimes that they're not allowed in, or they're not allowed in small tire. But then you make a rule for it that they're allowed. No one shows up.
Yeah,
there'll be like 2 cars. You know what I mean? So like, all right, and then it's like, well, all right, well that race has all-wheel drive in with small tire. Well, we don't want to be like every single race either. Like we kind of want like our own entity to be like, not to stand out from everyone, but to have, like, if you just bend over backwards and do all the same rules as everyone else, then it's all the same cars racing that all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like you try to blend it up a little, see what works, see what doesn't. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
And it had, like, last year it had there was people from all over, man. Like people that I see at all these races, like from all over. Of course, they respect what you guys do, and most of them are street guys, but I've went all over the country and seen half of these cars, and that's cool that they come out and support. And like Ryan and all the New Jersey guys, you got the New York guys come out, like, and your locals, of course. But
like,
I think it turned out to be a real good field, and it's something that the fans can see somebody they might not normally see, or they've seen them on YouTube or TV, or they've watched my and seen them, or
race before. Yep. And which is great. And it's like, we're heavy like in Philly, we're heavy in New Jersey. We don't go to New York much, but they come to us, like, but we're tight, we're close with all those guys. There's a lot of people that we race with, like, frequently. Now West Virginia, we've been going to the airport since it started, and help, not representing, but like supporting those races, and those guys, pay it back and come to us. And likewise, we would have, if they had a race, we'd be there too. And honestly, that's what it's about. Like, you gotta support each other, or else either tracks aren't going to make it, or the racing scene's just going to die out. It's just going to, so you have to, no matter what, you should still be supporting some type of racing, because when shit hits the fan, people are blowing up the local spots left and right. So we we still have a good spot, but like it's getting tore up. So it's like we're not really relying on tracks, because we'll make a new spot. Everyone does, but it's I don't know, shit. Some of us are in our 40s. I'm in my mid 30s. I don't feel like putting in the time to go making a new spot all the time. You know what I mean? Like, the kids should be doing that. I'm not promoting kids to go out there and do illegal stuff, but you know what I mean? Like, sometimes they gotta put in the work too, just not have it handed to them like gangster ass spots where you can go 120, 130, 60 foots like a track. You know what I mean? Like, we had to start out on that garbage ass road, going 160s, 150, 60 foot. They get it handed to them on a fucking silver plate.
Yeah, and a lot of people like can't do the street thing sometimes now. You know, kids
Oh,
and
jobs, kids. And that's a huge thing. Like
yeah,
kids, man, that got me out of it twice. You know what I mean? I took a break when I had my first one, and when I had my second one, I kind of was like, man, maybe I should sell the faster car. You know what I mean? And step back into like the street stuff again. Not
yeah,
like as in street racing, but like the more streetable daily style cars.
yeah.
But
Now, how are you all gonna do like the flag? Who's flagging? Ted wants to know. Let's talk about the flagger. So let's talk about the flag.
where do you see the comments at?
You don't see the comments?
Nah, do I have to hit chat?
Maybe, probably. Like I said, I'm new to this. I don't know.
Same here.
Yeah.
All right, I see all the comments now, but can you guys see me still or no?
Yeah, I can still see it. Yeah.
All right.
If you guys have any comments, drop them in here, like any questions or anything. That's why I kind of threw the one here. Like, of course, I know about it. Most of the tri-state people have seen, you know, like Travis with 302 Media. He's been putting out a lot of stuff. Dave has been, but you know, I think if you guys don't show up, you're going to miss out on a show. It's not far if you're in the tri-state area, so I think you should be out there definitely because the weather's calling for good weather. This is pretty much like everybody's starting to thaw out, so we need to get the information out here and you know go from there.
Yeah, what up, guys? What up, Jacob Mitchell?
What's up, Gary?
What up, John? Tony DeVillo?
How are you?
Oh, Ryan Alberti. I don't know if I can see that. Yeah, I'm just going to exit out of that because it's not showing up on my screen.
Oh, it's not okay.
It's not like going down. I have to hit the chats and like scroll through it.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I've had this for a while, and I've only used it like once, and I've never brought anybody on. So
yeah,
but yeah, who you got flagging and how?
Colby Patterson, man, he's like you can't miss him. He's like I don't know 8'9" or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's a good ass dude, man. We were street racing in Ocean City, and that's how I met him back in like 15. He had his C7Z06, and I had my blue V.
Yeah.
And then every year after that, we would go to Secrets and party and shit and have fun.
Yeah.
And then he got the truck and started racing no prep, and we were always doing it and shit. And
yeah, he's a good dude.
Just dude, he's great. He's funny as shit.
Yeah. But Wesley Skinner says, "Let him know if you need to fill a spot. He's locked and ready." He's commenting on here.
Well, oh shit! Oh yeah, about the tube chassis comment stuff.
Yeah, he said he's ready if you need him to fill a spot if somebody don't show up.
Gotcha.
Johnny, what's up, Johnny? How you doing, Andy? But yeah, Colby is a solid flagger, you know, and
and he's not going to treat his and like that's. We had a handful of guys that we were like looking at, and I'm like, dude, he's the best one. Like, he's not gonna call any shops.
Yeah.
Jim Bob's messaging me.
Well, and you're normally like that. You're the flagger down there normally on the street side of things.
Yeah.
Or you've done a lot
for like, I'd probably say the last, I don't know. When we really got heavy into like inviting people, it had to have been 2000, I don't know, 12 maybe, because Baltimore started coming over with Keith Parker and stuff, and they were trying to hustle us all the time. So we started, so we started having shootouts and shit, and I just organized it, ran it, did the flagging. I felt like I was trustworthy with the money. Same thing, like. Well, with us, with our race, we hold all the money in separate bags, but for each class. But on the street shit, I felt like I was trustworthy. Those guys trusted me. We had to build that relationship at first. Like those guys held their money, and we held our money. And then it became like friendly rivals. You know what I mean? So it's like then they would trust a flag guy, or I had to make the calls, and it sucks. You got to make some shitty calls sometimes, like. And you just have to have a backbone, and we knew he would have a backbone, so that's why we chose him. It's like, hey, he's tall. You're not going to miss him flagging. You know what I mean? He's not going to show favoritism over his people over ours. He's just going to call it like he sees it. And if it comes down to a review, he'll review the tape and call it how he wants. Not how he wants, but his best honest opinion on the race. And that's why we chose him. And you know what I mean? And just like anybody that we have help with the event, they they have their own part in there because we know that they're capable of doing it and doing it well. And you go to events around, you see the good and you see the bad. So it's one of those things where it's like you take little parts of each event that you go to and you're like, all right, I like what they did there, and that sucked. So we're going to try to do this, but we're definitely not doing that.
Exactly. And
so it's like,
if you're not trying to do something different and make things better, then, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does. But, when you go to a lot of these races, you figure out, stuff that works and what don't. And, what do you guys like, as far as like the people that hasn't been, I seen somebody said win a small tire with the rain on Friday.
So Friday's
11:30, right, on Saturday. You're shooting for.
Yeah. So we're going to be in the staging lanes at 11:30.
Yeah.
And with our stuff, we always try to knock out the largest class first. Just because it's the largest class, you never know. It could have no oil downs, nothing happen, which that's what we want. We want to go as smooth as possible. But the largest class, we try to knock that out first. So small tire will be going first. Then our late model, they're going to go on like a 20-30 minute cruise and then straight back into the staging lanes. So we're trying to time it out to where by the time small tire makes it down after first round, those guys are pulling right into the lanes to make their hits.
Yeah, I think they were coming from Pennsylvania. They were kind of worried with they were wondering if the rain it's supposed to rain Friday, I'm guessing. Like, they were just kind of worried about that. But
hey, I can't see who's on here. If Jacob Mitchell or one of those guys from over like West Virginia, message Jim Bob and tell him I'm on live, and I'll get back to him in a little bit. It keeps popping up on my screen.
Oh, okay.
Through Messenger, just shoot him a message.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then Tony DeVellia said you guys going to have someone outside the gate to make sure they make a few lanes and not one like last time.
Yeah, I'm going to have this guy named Tony DeVilla do it.
Yeah.
He's going to be the guy that does it for us.
He just said, call me if you need someone.
Yeah, we'll talk to Mark. There's some things, and like we like that. That's good feedback. That's what we need to know.
That's really why I figure we would bring it on here. There's some people that don't know this is going on. There's people that were there last year that could learn something, what's going on, and and just see what we can figure out. Yeah, they said they messaged Jim Bob.
All right, thanks, guys.
Like, what do you guys have for the people that are coming to watch? And I know myself, I was there last time, but what do you all have as far as like food and stuff like that?
So I know and I don't know. I believe that we got every single one of those food trucks that were there last time.
Man, there was a lot there last time.
Yeah, it was almost overwhelming. There was so much, but it was good.
Yeah.
Like we always said, like I want to say there's 8 food trucks, and maybe the big one that set up like there on the corner by like the axe throwing.
Yeah.
That dude normally does like huge like, I don't know, like Firefly like festivals or something like that. Like he's set up to do that type of stuff, and he was talking about backing out, but which we still had plenty to choose from.
Oh yeah. There was a lot of people, wonder about that because some people always want to bring, they need to know they need to bring a grill, but man, they had, they had cookies, steak,
funnel cakes, burritos, tacos, pulled pork. Like you name it, you could have got a burger, your average track food too, but there was hot wings that were banging, nachos, like there's,
And a lot of people miss out on that stuff. There's no food, then, people get tired of being, they want to.
That's one thing we said. We're like, hungry people are angry. And angry people aren't good to have at your event. You know what I mean? Like full people are happy. You know what I mean? You got a full stomach, you're happy as shit, So that was our big thing. Like, we don't want anybody having to wait in lines for food for 15, 20, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, everything's so freaking expensive these days. So it's like, we want them to get their money's worth. You know what I mean? Even our vendors, we're probably the cheapest people on the planet as far as having vendors rent a spot. You know what I mean? We want them to make money because we want them to feed the people. we're not trying to take money from them. It's like, hey, you know, we're taking no percentages. Everyone, you know, they're like, oh, we're used to people charging a percent. We're like, no, we don't want that. We don't want people pissed off because they're hungry. Feed them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a great thing, really. You know what I mean? That we can help out, you know, local food trucks in our community without killing them. You know what I mean? And making it so these people are spending their $20, you know, to come spectate.
Yeah.
They get their money's worth in watching racing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've been to events where I spent $30-$40 to go spectate, and your downtime's like 3-4 hours. It's like you see six cars make a pass. It's like, man, like that's what we don't want. You know what I mean? We want it to be
some of the food terrible. Some of these places, you know, but and I think you know, I think that was pretty cool. And then you got, you know, you'll have vendors there. Of course, your regular vendors. They had axe throwing stuff going on.
Yeah, I think they're coming back this year, and then like we'll have our merch vendors like you guys. I think B&R's coming. A few other people.
Yeah.
But the dudes that sell the LSs. Oh, excuse me, man. I had some nasty ass stuff tonight. God.
Yeah.
Dude's gonna hurt me all night. But getting old. But the dude that had like all the 6.0s and 5.3s and 4.8s and shit with the he's coming back. He's like, yo, I'm coming back. So
yeah, bring a truck if you guys need a pull out. Like he had LS motors, 5.3, 6.0s. This dude showed up with a trailer.
Yeah, like almost like
you're coming, bring your trucks.
Yeah, he had decent shit too. It actually didn't look all haggard and shit. It was actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
Shit, trannies. He had 4L80s, 4L60s, rears. I think he had 14 bolts and shit like that. Kind of like truck stuff, but still.
Yeah, had some 8.8s. You know, like that's yeah.
So you know, it's
second chance race engines. Yeah, pretty much. Dude. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool to see him. But
yeah.
Other than that, man.
Yeah, I was trying to go through here and see if anybody really had any other comments and stuff.
I'll look through the chats.
Yeah,
I know Ryan Alberti and all those guys, Ken Humbert, all those boys, they're coming. Six Kit Nick, a lot of New Jersey's coming.
Yeah,
which is good. And we got Adam and Sean. They're coming from New Jersey.
Did Billy run yet?
Yeah, who said that?
I'm just kidding. Tim, you coming out?
Yeah, Johnny Christian. He's been out there fucking buffing on his Nova all day. He called me up. He's getting her licked down. He said I want her dead right.
Yeah.
So all them boys been out there testing. Josh Brown, he just got his Nova done. So out there. That's single turbo unit. It's pretty badass. So
yeah, I got to check it out. We were down last time when they were in the middle of building it. So see that out. Yeah. What about Lee's Trap House? He coming?
Dude, that's what we were just talking about. That we need to figure out. We need to figure out if Lee's coming.
Yeah.
So we want him to.
Karaoke machine.
Oh my God! Worldwide, baby.
Tony said, "Who will be in charge of the certain classes?" He wants to know who will be in charge of the classes.
So I'm in charge of small tire. Josh Levis is in charge of stick. Jenny, she's in Poppy's wife. She's in charge of late model. And Binkley is in charge of all motor.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if Poppy and Jenny are going to run late model or Jenny by herself and Poppy and Binkley and stick or not stick all motor.
Oh, okay. It's will stick shift take the attention from small tire this year?
Probably not.
No.
I'm shocked that we got 32 cars, to be honest with you. We've tried to have small tire. There's not going to be another class that outshines it.
No.
Depending on where you're at. I'm not going to say that, but depending on where you're at, I just don't think so. There's more.
I think it is cool though that you got 32. I mean, I know like Gordon up here, he's big into the stick thing, and he they're gonna have a big show with that, and it's cool. Like stick racing fun.
That's unbelievable. Oh, it's fun to watch, especially on no prep. It's fun to watch on prep, but it's like that race there is unbelievable that they're having. Like when I heard that there's 100 and how many stick cars are there?
I don't even know now. Like
I'm like, holy shit! Like I didn't know that many people still even drove stick shifts. You know what I mean? Like, let alone raced them. It's like holy shit! Like that's a lot. That's which is great.
The boys that are running, that are coming down. Some of them are coming to your race and stuff.
Yeah. I think Gordon, he's in it.
Yeah. So and they're
and
strong with that stuff, man. They're good in that community. They like it. So.
And that's the thing. They like I was saying, they all have their areas of what would be big. Like certain areas, big tire might be great. Like old chassis cars and stuff like that might do really well. And then the thing is, like big tire cars, not everyone can afford them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Chassis cars are expensive. The tires are more expensive. The rims are more expensive, and they usually have huge ass mountain motors on them. So it's like that's why I say small tire would always shine, because it's more affordable for your average person to build. You can even though the sport's snowballing into this thing of where they're fucking rocket ships, but it's still, you can take a roller, your Fox by or wherever, throw fucking 250, 300 hit on it and throw some race fuel on it and let the bitch eat for a little bit. You know what I mean? Exactly. And, it'll run good enough to go out there. Not saying you'll be competitive, but you can go out there and have fun.
You're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're going to have fun. And some people need to figure out, it's great to be competitive, but some people need to get back to having fun with it. And what racing's really about. You know what I mean? It's also about winning money. You know what I mean? No one wants to lose all the time, Yeah. I lose a lot, so I'm used to it. So if I ever do win, it's fucking icing on the cake. But I don't know. That's why I think that the small tire will always be like outshine. Late models, they're relatively expensive just to buy the car. So I don't ever think that it takes a real dummy like myself to go buy a new car and then dump a bunch of money into it just to break it. Like at the end of the day, that's what happens. Like you fucking spend all this money, you find the weakest link, you break it, you're like, God damn, I just broke a nice car. Then you fix it or do whatever, then you fucking sell it. You know what I mean? Which sucks. It's like you have to be stupid to do it. But so I don't ever see that being a huge class. I hope it does well, because that's what I've always been into, the late model stuff. All motor, that's another class that I think will do really well because it's more obtainable. More people can afford to do it. It's cheaper. You don't have to buy a power adder. Most of the time, you don't blow up all motor cars like that unless you're fucking spending the $10,000. You know what I mean? So I see small tire, all motor, like taking off. Late model, it's going to be hard-ish to get 32. Stick shift, I'm blown away that we have 32.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, because we've had.
Oh, you still there, Dave? I think Dave's frozen there.
You back? I was doing some real weird shit when that went black.
But and like Gary said, though, the small tire last time, like I think all the classes are good to watch. Like he was talking about the dude in the Malibu from Rhode Island.
And that dude showed up. He wasn't even on the list when he told, like,
nasty,
I'm like, holy shit, like that's cool. You're in, but like I didn't know he was on the list. Like no one ever said it. He never messaged anybody. We weren't even friends on Facebook. I was like, that's a hell of a hike to just show up.
Well, he was at like the airport the weekend before, like they had that shift race, and he showed up and like nobody's seen that car, and it's nasty setup.
Dude, I want to say he's a driver for Pro Speed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I want to say he either drives White Rice or one of those cars like that.
Oh, okay.
Like something like that. Like he's a badass. Like he's no like, backyard builder type. He might be, but he's a legit dude that's a pilot of some rides, you know what I mean? And I found that out after. I think Sal was telling me, I think Chris Delgado the tuner out of Pro Speed was telling Sal, was like, hey, like that dude's our driver or some shit. I was like, damn.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I was like, damn, just out on a whim showing up, not even supposed to really, well, I guess there was open invitation really, but no one even knew he was going to show up. So that was pretty cool. He shows up, he's like, you guys got some coffee? We're like, yeah, man. So we made him a cup of coffee and shit in the morning because nothing was open when he was out there sleeping at the gate.
Yeah, that's cool. It says, is small tire away from the days of bad surfaces, or will areas duplicate the back end of Darlington? I feel that there's not. I mean, yeah, you still have Digger dying. Darlington's doing some stuff, but I think people are going to start leaning on these cars. They're tired of taking power out. I think a lot of front side. There's going to be a lot of front side no prep, but.
Well, like look at Brandon Moore. He don't fuck around with back of the track shit. He only does front side, and then that's where like, all right, here's where the all wheel drive shit comes into play. Front side, I think they should be allowed in front side because these boys on the small tire can really throw the power down, but back mid track backside, you got to think 10.5 tires all the way around. What's that? Fucking 40 some inches of 44 or 42 inches of contact patch where the other guys only got fucking 21, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, I personally think it's not fair as far as tire touching the surface. Mm-hmm. Like I try to like, I've seen it. I've seen Kobe race fucking Bobby Parks, and Bobby won, but that was at the end of the night when the surface was good and stuff like that. I'm not taking anything away from either car. But if that was first round off the trailer, I feel like all-wheel drive would win every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like that fine line of like I like a good analogy. Like, all right, if I'm pushing this couch across my goddamn driveway, it might be hard for me to push it by myself. But if I got my brother on the other side pulling it as I'm pushing it, it's going to move a lot fucking faster and a lot easier. Same thing with it. Same thing. It's easier to pull with the front and push with the rear than it is to push with the. You know what I mean? On that type of surface. Super good prep, front side. Yeah. I don't see the benefit to it. But then you got gangsters that will fucking just tear their asses up on the front side stuff because it's that much better. Yeah. And there's some tricky front side shit.
There's like some guys running both. Like they'll Turbo John, that dude he'll run backside one night. And then the next day, change the whole car over to run front side,
And that's the thing. That shit takes a lot of dedication to really change that car over to make it be compatible.
Oh, I think we lost Dave again. He might have that wish.com internet.
We're back.
You got that wish.com internet? I'm just kidding.
Dude, I got that Boost Mobile, dog.
That's right. Yeah. So let me see. Let's see what else. I don't want to keep going on you here on all night. Let me see. Brian Anders said, so if all motors is full and only 25 shows, will you let more cars in?
Yeah. As long as they're all motor and fit the rules.
I'm thinking maybe like to be on standby,
Yeah. So I made a post on my personal page because I feel like there's more people on my personal page than there is on the event page, just because that's how it works. You have to go click. We can invite everybody. If they don't accept it, they're not going to see the shit. So I posted it to my friends page for locals, like, hey, if you have a car that fits these rules, if it's an hour drive for you and you're trailering it, it's not a big deal. But if you're trailering your car 6-7 hours, I personally wouldn't do it, because what if they are all full? Yeah. Now you got trailer fuel, axles for going through, tolls and all that shit. So it's like, if you're local and it's not a bad drive for you, sure, bring them.
Yeah, and a lot of guys are going to help other friends, so they might just show up.
Yeah, and the classes are capped at what they are, so we don't want it to snowball into a 300 car event either, because it'll never get done. At the end of the day,
just tell everybody to show up, but it's hard.
It'd be great. Then we would be splitting between 16 cars and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, it's
wants to see that.
yeah, exactly. The racers don't want to see it, and neither, it's like watching a fight. You don't want to watch two dudes punch each other a couple times and be like, all right, it's over. It's like, no, like, you want to see who wins. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, it's a 1-day event. We're not even pretty. We're 100% strict on the start time. If you don't show up in time, you're shit out of luck. If you're on your way, but your boys are there, have them there for chip draw and buy-in. They're responsible for the rules. Like, we're not going to do 15 drivers meetings because, 15 guys were late. Yeah. If their crew's there, they need to ask, somebody, ask a fellow racer or something like that.
Yeah, get somebody.
It's standard, standard racing rules. You know what I mean? But stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like we start when we say we're starting, it's not like races that we've been to. It's like, oh, we start at 11, unless there's something that we no control over, like rain or something like that.
Yeah.
But hopefully none of that happens. But if there's a start time, we're sticking to it. So we advise everyone try to get there as soon as possible, especially drivers, because they still gotta tech in with us, stuff like that. But other than that, man, like I'm ready for it. I've been pumped up and stressed out.
I know how it goes.
For the last 2 months, and it's like, holy shit,
You're ready to. I think everybody's ready to get out. Like the weather's been off and on, but I think it'll be a good time. And let's see here. Ryan said, "Did Matt Rice run yet?" I don't know what that means. Let's see. Which combo sounds the best? Personal opinion. Which combo sounds the best? I don't know. Them Pro Charge combos are pretty wild.
Yeah, they're loud as shit. I don't know. I'm not brand loyal or anything. Like, if that shit's fast and runs good, I like it. Like, I've had Coyote with twins. I've had LS with blowers. I've had LS with Pro Chargers. I have high compression small block on nitrous. Like, there ain't nothing better than sound than a small block, high compression. You know what I mean? Motor, nitrous motor. You know what I mean?
Block nitrous cars are nasty too.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I like a little bit of everything.
Motor.
So
Yeah, same here. So I don't know. I have a soft spot for Pro Charger. I had 2 vehicles with those on it. They're fun. They make a lot of noise. They're fun.
Yeah.
But I also like the hit of a root style blower. You got that 1,000 foot-pounds or 800 foot-pounds of torque at 2,800 RPMs. It's it's fun too.
Philly street race teams in the house. He says nitrous is about to be more expensive than everything else. Yeah, that's true.
Plugs too, man. That shit's everything. Are they coming? You guys coming?
I don't know. You call coming, Tom? I see that. Yeah, he's in the nitrous business. So, and Tony said, how many reruns this time? Last time I seen 2 cars run 3 times.
Yeah, that sucked. Yeah.
Tony, he won one tonight.
Yeah. Tony must be bored. He's sitting there.
Yeah, he must be bored.
Yeah. Oh shit. Nah, yeah. Shit happens, man. We try to make it fair for both. If on that race, on the 3rd rerun, I said, look, this is the last one. I'll come out and flag it. It's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And it sucked that it had to happen, but it's like that's stressful too, because that's just holding up the chip draw.
Yeah. I think Dave's frozen again. He's back.
Yeah,
I think he just keeps hitting pause.
I'm on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's the program. It's weird, but
it's that Cricket Wireless, dog.
Yeah, Tom said he's working on a dog sitter, but should know 100% tomorrow.
Like, damn, Tom, you happened last time too, man. You better get down here.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm fucking with Tom. He comes down, like, he came down for almost every one of our street races we've ever had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, family shit, dog shit, take care of what you got to take care of, man. We'd love to have you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tony said you got Amish cable or Camden Wi-Fi. Somebody said you got Camden Wi-Fi.
Probably. It shit sucks, man.
Dave better trade in the CTSV for better internet. Man, they're rough ones.
I ain't the one that connected. I think it's you, man.
It could be that Xfinity, though.
Dude, well, everyone that's on here watching, PayPal me $1 and I'll go get Xfinity.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm over here eating ramen noodles and shit, man. It's rough these days, man.
Yeah. You need to get some sponsors.
Dude, yeah. Who wants to sponsor me?
Yeah, wheels and stuff like that's expensive and stuff.
Dude, you ain't kidding. I just got a set of wheels. Got to buy some tires here soon.
Yeah, yeah.
So
things have went through the roof. It's crazy.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's crazy.
Everything has, but
yeah, I'm about to hit up Ted Gibson for some tires here soon. I heard he's the wheel plug.
He went to bed.
He probably did.
He said earlier he's going to bed. But all right, well, like I don't know if anybody else has anything to say or you have anything to add. We've been on here about 45 minutes. I figure we kind of just jump on. We'll be there. I'm sure pretty much everybody in the whole area is going to be there. Be there.
Oh yeah, everyone local's pumped about it. There's going to be a lot of people. So yeah, I feel like it's either going to be bigger than last time or about the same, which I'm fine with. We all know it's a little chilly, but shit, it's supposed to be my weather app says 63. Other people are saying like 60. So shit, that's 63 and sunny, dude. That's fucking that's awesome. You can't complain about that,
Yeah, like if you're a street, guys that run on the street, we've been on the streets in like 15, 20 degrees. We're dumb enough to do it.
Shit.
But
when did we have the airport race down our way? I remember that night I wore no fucking socks with Vans. My feet were like fucking ice cubes.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was cold that night.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 2,000 people or something showed up. So
yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like I know that the weather's not, if it's 63 and sunny, people are going to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we're pumped about. We're looking forward to seeing everyone. It feels like it's been a long off season, but it hasn't. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're looking forward to doing some shit. So traveling, maybe having something else too. We're looking at June too. So and we also have it in we also have the season closer in November as well. Last day of the track like last year. So
yeah.
So maybe three this year, 2 for sure, maybe a third.
Yeah. So you're probably gonna lose some hair, or it's gonna turn gray.
Dude, look at that shit. It's all gray now, man.
Mine's like that too.
It's gonna be jet black Saturday. I'm gonna look like a new man.
I think you just shave the beard off Saturday. Just starting to.
I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna shave just the top.
Oh my god!
Look like a real gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. Like, I just figured we'll try to get the word out, let the people know what's going on, and we'll see you down there. We'll be down there Saturday. So
for sure, hit me up if you guys need anything.
All right. Sounds good. All right, guys.
Yep. See you guys.